You are now listening to the Vitalize Podcast. Hey, yo, what up, family? Welcome back to the Vitalize Podcast. You're here with your friendly neighborhood host, Mr. Marcus Black, and I'm so incredibly excited, elated, ecstatic to be in your presence today. Some of you are like, what do you mean? I'm excited to be with you. That's what I mean. I said what I said. I didn't stutter. But, man, I'm so happy. Got a Kool-Aid smile on my face. You know why? Because I have the privilege of being with the absolute most incredible, impactful community, and that's you. Because I have the greatest friends and family. I don't have followers. I only have friends and family. That's what you are to me. And so I thank you. Can I just take a moment and pause for the cause and say thank you from the bottom of my heart? You have no idea. I cannot understate how grateful I am for you, how much you've meant to me, how much you have gone above and beyond sharing the show. Thank you for sharing the show. Thank you for sending the word out. Thank you for helping me to get more people engaged in the show. We got big goals on the show. Keep sharing it. Keep tagging me on Instagram at mblackspeaks. Send me a message. You got any questions? You got a topic you want me to discuss? Let me know your takeaways. Post your greatest takeaways. Maybe I'll send you a free book. I'll do it. From this episode, anybody sees this episode, you like it, I'll send you a copy of my book, signed copy. If you just go rate and review the show, tag me, and literally put it in your stories on Instagram, Mr. Because You Can at mblackspeaks, and tell me what your takeaways were. I'll send you a book, man. Shout out to you. I'm grateful for you, and I'm grateful for this opportunity to speak to you. Listen, if you're here for the very first time, no such thing as a second-time guest, so I hope you see how happy I am to have you here. Welcome to the family. Use family too now. However you got here, thank a friend for sending you here, and now do the same thing they did, which is tell a friend to tell a friend that we're here and we live, baby. So, without further ado, I want to get off into this because you see the title, and simple as that, title of this episode, Kindness Wins. Kindness wins. And that is a movement it's a statement. Obviously, it's a bold statement, but it's also a movement created by my dear brother and friend, none other than Mr. Tom Coverly. Tom Coverly is an anointed human being, a vessel that literally is doing so much good in the world by fighting for the lives on the front lines of our teens, doing anti-bullying, suicide prevention through his Destroying Illusions tour. And without giving too much away about that, you just got to tap in with him. Go follow him at Tom Coverly Tour. You'll find him wherever you want to be, like your boy. And he's a brother. He was a brother from jump, but he is probably the biggest advocate and proponent for kindness that I know. And some of you are like, man, what I don't want you to do is tap out before you get what's for you, because there's something in this episode that's for you. And I want to be a little challenging today because you don't have to look far around the world to see that we live in a world that is in a perpetual state of overwhelm. We live in a world that's in shock right now because there's a lot going on. There's a lot of chaos happening in the world right now. There's a lot of trauma happening in the world right now. There's a lot of SA, and you know what I mean when I say SA, happening in the world right now. There's a lot of trafficking happening in the world right now. There's a lot of abuse happening in the world right now. There's a lot of sadness. And some of you are like, oh my God, this got heavy fast. Listen, it did, because we got to keep it real. We here for a good time and not for a long time. But I promise you that I'm going to take us in the valley, but I'll never leave you there. We're coming out on the other side. The reason I bring up all those things that I know, just like myself, you notice about the world, is because we can find ourselves falling victim to believing that is the way the world must be. Things can never get different. Things can never be better. This just is what it is, and there's nothing we can do about it. And if you find yourself feeling like there's nothing you can do about it, I want to beg to differ today. I've been there before. All the work that I do literally revolves around serving people, helping people, giving people hope. And I had a time in my life where I decided that I'm not strong enough to do it anymore, and I'm throwing in the towel. I'm throwing in the towel because it's too much. It's too much. It's too hard. I'm unable to do this. I can't do it anymore. But I learned a valuable lesson, and a lesson came in the form of a mentor. Mr. Les Brown, some of you heard of him, one of the greatest speakers of all time. Mr. Les Brown said to me in my season of hiatus, when I literally threw in the towel, I've always considered myself a superhero, just an average guy who accepted the powers that had been given to me to go and make the most impact in the world. But the superhero decided to hang up his cape. Y'all ever seen the movies where the superhero's like, it's too much, it's too hard, it's not working, I'm not helping, I'm not even making a dent in the pain and trauma and crime in the world. So they hang up their cape. I did that for a few months. And I did no podcast. You can go back. And if you go look, not last season, but the season before, you'd be like, it's only like 6 or 7 episodes. Yeah, I was done. I wasn't posting content online. Same thing. I think I had 20 posts in a whole year. I'm done. I'm over it. I'm heartbroken. And that's because sometimes the conditions around you, the surrounding environment can become so heavy, can become so difficult that it can cause us to question if it's worth pushing on, cause us to question if it's worth fighting for. Is my dream worth fighting for? Really? Is my relationship really worth fighting for? Is my purpose really worth fighting for? Is my relationship worth fighting for? Is my business worth fighting for? Is my podcast worth fighting for? You ever been there where you question, is any of this worth fighting for? And that's where I was. And so I checked out and decided I'm done. I'm done helping people. I'm done with the positivity because I pour my heart and my soul out every day. And I'm not even making a dent. Every day I'm getting reports of people dying. Every day I'm getting reports of people being mistreated and abused and used every day. And it was Les Brown who said, okay, son, you sat down long enough. He said, evil only prevails when good people do nothing. He said, evil prevails when good people do nothing. And that struck me in my heart because I realized that evil wins when good people sit by and when good people displace the ownership. When good people absolve themselves of the responsibility to show up, that's when evil wins. Evil wins when good people do nothing. But good wins when kindness wins. When kindness is the norm, good prevails. And this is why this message was important to me today. But this isn't like, oh, okay, be more kind, kindness in the world, ha ha. This isn't one of those rainbows and fairy tales and lollipop messages. This is a deep message because the message is to challenge you. When you see the things that are happening in the world around you, what are you doing to be the solution? What are you doing to be an active participant? What are you doing to show up and step up? What are you doing to make kindness the norm in your business? Can I tell on myself for a second? Can I tell on me? Can I be honest? Can I be real a second? For just a millisecond. Shout out to General George Washington in Hamilton. You know I'm a massive fan. Couldn't help myself there. But I was running a little late. Tired. I'm tired. I ain't gonna lie to you. I drove at the end of the day through the wee hours of the morning to make it to Oklahoma City because I had to speak at an event recently. And when I was driving on that trip, I was already so tired. My eyelids felt like I was having a fight of my life to hold them up. Got to the destination 1 a.m., check into the hotel, get minimal sleep, back up 5, 6 a.m. the next morning, dressed and ready for the day before this big event I have to do. Got to give the people my best. I'm not going to lie, killed it. Your boy showed up and showed out. Matter of fact, shout out to the Oklahoma State Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services, as well as the Oklahoma Children's Behavioral Health Coalition. Shout out to y'all for being incredible and for fighting for families in need to provide resources through the Parent Resource Symposium. I got to be the keynote of that event. Remarkable event. Killed it. Gave them everything I had. Everything I had. But when that was over, your boy was down bad. because I had given everything I had. So planned on doing a bunch of stuff after it was over in the evening, but I couldn't. All I could do was just get into bed and crash with the fam. I promised the boys we'd do something fun. Daddy, we didn't do something fun. We'll do something fun tomorrow. Next day rolls around. We get up early, got a full day of activities. When we're headed to do these full day of activities, we hit Starbucks first because I'm like, listen, how many times have I told y'all I don't drink coffee? I am coffee. Well, I hit Starbucks that day, but I didn't get no coffee though. I got me a medicine ball. It's a honey citrus mint tea. If you doesn't know, it's a speaker's dream for my voice. And when I was in the line, the lady had messed up the order. And I didn't say anything to her. I didn't say anything rude to her at all. But I was in a rush. I was trying to get somewhere. The line was already wrapped around the building. And then she messed up the order. And it had just frustrated me. And I had a moment in my humanity. Listen, I'm always going to tell on me. I'm not finna be fake ever and act like I'm perfect all the time. Most times I'm pretty upbeat. I don't say anything to you I don't mean. And I practice the principles that I preach. Which is why I'm telling on me now. I'm telling this story now. So I sat there as the lady messed up my order. And I just had a frown on my face. And as we pulled around, after she fixed it, and I said, thank you, appreciate you, we pull around, and my wife taps me and says, hey, you need to watch that. And I said, what you talking about? She said, you need to be kind to people. I said, what do you mean? I didn't say nothing rude to her. She said, yeah, but your face did. And they have cameras, and they can see you. That's how they know whose order goes to whom. And at first I was like, bro, that's not a big deal. It's not that big a deal. She said, babe, you need to watch your face because you never know what kind of day that person is having. And knowing they contributed to making your day worse could add on to their stress and their anxiety. And I thought to myself, she's right. Kindness is what matters most. And some of y'all think, oh, that ain't that big a deal. You just frown. You didn't say nothing rude. No, I didn't. But if kindness is the standard, kindness is the standard. And if I'm going to hold you to it, I'm going to hold me to it. So when I got up to the window, I made sure to be smiling big. And she said, I'm so sorry for your wait, which let me know that she noticed my disdain or displeasure. She said, we just shorthanded and we backed up and my head is crazy. And then that's when I realized a simple smile. And I said, hey, you're doing a great job. Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day. No harm, no foul, no problem on this side. The smile she lit up with after that was like, it's like a relief rolled off her shoulders. And I'm like, wait a minute. At no point ever do we as humans know what the person next to us is going through. We don't know. So what if we chose to dedicate ourselves to just choosing kindness when you're in the grocery store and that cashier is taking too long and they're on their feet are hurting and they're really sick, but they're hourly employee, and if they take off, which they really need to take off. I used to work at Walmart, and there was a sweet girl. I'll never forget this moment. Had a newborn baby at home. Baby was less than 6 weeks, 4 weeks old. Grandma calls and says, hey, the baby's running a fever of 105. It's real bad. It won't stop screaming. And all she could think is, my baby needs to go to the hospital. I need to go home and take my baby to the hospital. And don't you know that them bosses told that lady, if she leaves, don't bother coming back. She wasn't going to have a job because we were busy? Fam, are you kidding me? And you're the person in the line, and that woman up there is thinking about her newborn baby with a 105 fever, so her brain is a little scattered, so she's moving a little slow. She maybe messes up in scanning your items, double scans something, and you could just let her know you double scan something without a scowl, without being nasty. That's just one example. But road rage incidents. I know I'm stepping on some toes. Now road rage, stomping on the horn, cutting people off back, rounding up, flipping people the bird. Yeah, come on now. Listen. That's just one instance at the gym because a person is taking too long. You don't know what people are going through. You don't know what's on people's minds and hearts. So you should really pay attention and be real careful about how you move and what your face says and what your mouth says and how you treat people, because you never know how much it means to have somebody be kind until you're the person that's in need of it. You just got devastating news that you diagnosed with a stage 4 cancer. And so your world just came crashing down around you, and then some random person, you processing the news and driving slow on the highway, and some random person comes behind you, beeping the horn and flipping you off. Please don't ever be that person, because you don't know what news people you don't know. Kindness wins. And the reason I wanted to have this conversation is because I wanted to challenge us to be better. Let's set the standard. Well, everybody does. I don't care what everybody does. Not to be cliche, but if everybody jumped off the bridge with you, some of y'all like, yes, actually, no, never. But even other examples, like just because other people are doing things that are not good, would you do it as well? Come on, man. We got to be better. I'm challenging us to be better, and I'm challenging us to spread kindness. I got to go on this cruise, the Kindness Wins Cruise. Not only is it a movement by Tom Coverley, it's a cruise. It's an experience where not only did my wife and I get to have 6 of the most relaxing days of our life in Mexico, in the Bahamas, all through Key West, through the Caribbean Ocean. The best sleep of my life with the balcony open at night, listening to the waves crash and feeling the cool breeze of the ocean from the night air. I will never forget those moments. But I'll also never forget sitting in a room surrounded by some of the biggest, best, brightest influencers online. I'm talking multi-millions of followers, and being on a panel with them and answering questions for the people, sharing secrets with the people, success secrets, sharing heartfelt messages with the people, me getting to speak to the people and speak life and help people who were hurting find healing on a boat. And that experience makes kindness. You know what's something about kindness? Kindness is contagious. Kindness is contagious. So the more you're around it, the more you want to spread it. It's viral. We want to make kindness go viral. And it happens because you can't help but catch it when you see it. That's why when somebody pays it forward at the restaurant or at the coffee shop, so many people do it in a row. It's like, you're the 14th person in a row that's paid it forward. Yeah, because it's contagious. It's infectious. And how about instead of us spreading negativity and toxicity to the world, let's spread kindness to the world because we can. So this is it. I want to see you be better. I want to see me be better. I want to see us be better. Matter of fact, if you don't know how to surround yourself with a group of people who care about kindness, come with me. Come with me and you'll see. It's a world of pure imagination. Something like, what's this happening? I can't help myself. Sometimes I'm in character. But for real, come with me. Come with me. Kindness Wins Cruise 2026 has already been scheduled. We're headed out of Los Angeles, California. We're going to Cabo San Lucas, a 2-night stay. We'll sail to Cabo, and then we'll hit the Mexican Riviera. We have another stop in the Mexican Riviera. Beautiful waters. Come with us. Cruise is one of the most inexpensive cruises. If you want to learn more about it, you can send me a DM on Instagram or visit Kindness Wins Cruise. Google it. You'll find it. The dates, February 8th through the 24th. A deposit, get you in there, lock in your cabin. You got all year to pay it off, and you can come surround yourself with some of the best, brightest creators and influencers on the planet. I'm telling you, on this cruise, and it wasn't monopolized our time. We got to go on excursions and we got to have our me time, and it felt like vacation. It wasn't like I was on a conference on a cruise. It was a vacation. But there were moments where we connected, where we collaborated. There were moments where we listened and we shared stories. There were moments where we built deeper connection. There were moments where we spread random acts of kindness on the ship. There were moments where we cried together and hugged each other and we healed each other and we helped each other. There were moments where we smiled together and we laughed together and we played together and we prayed together. There were moments where we rose above adversity together. There were moments, and I want you to have those moments too, so don't delay. Make kindness the norm today. Join us in our crazy group cast of some of the biggest influencers in the world that's already signed back up for next year. And you come on the 2nd annual Kindness Wins Cruise because you can. And you help us make kindness the norm and make kindness go viral because you can. Straight like that. Vital.